One of those songs that, you know, there's just, the song is wonderful.
In August 1974, I Honestly Love You became Olivia's first #1 single in the United States. Later that year, Olivia won the Top Female Vocalist Award from the Country Music Association.
I'd like to say a big hello to all of you in the heart of country music, especially tonight. Thank you all very much.
But the award came with a little conflict. Some artists and critics in Nashville dismissed Olivia's music as too pop. Since Olivia was on the road, she was unaware of the issue.
I heard that I was, you know, I'd caused this controversy in Nashville because I'd won a country and western favorite singer award or something, and they were very mad at me, and I didn't understand why, because I didn't even understand the separation between country music and other music.
Olivia shrugged off the controversy and won more accolades. She earned a Grammy for Record of the Year for I Honestly Love You. Olivia was firmly established as a top female artist.
I crossed over. The idea that country music could be pop and country was like, I was one of the first people to do that.
Music producer and friend, David Foster.
She was so beautiful, and the voice was so beautiful, I thought, this girl's a superstar.
By 1977, Olivia's wholesome good looks and beautiful voice caught the attention of people outside the music industry.
Helen Reddy again and her husband were my lucky charms there. They invited me for dinner one night. And Alan Carr, who was the producer of Grease, was at the dinner. He wanted to meet me. I didn't know that was why the dinner was happening.
Alan Carr offered Olivia the role of Sandy in the film version of the successful Broadway musical Grease. However, Olivia wasn't so sure.
Because I'd made Tomorrow, and Tomorrow was a disaster, and my musical career was just taking off. I had to hit records, and I thought, I don't want to make another mistake, you know. So I was in two minds about doing it at all.
Grease director Randall Kleiser.
In this case, Olivia asked for the test because she wasn't sure whether it was going to work out. The chemistry with her and with me and with John. And also whether she felt she would look young enough to play a high school student.
I was worried at 29, I think. Now I think, what was I worried about? Anyway, I was 29, worried about being 16 or 17. So I said, we better do the screen test and make sure that, you know, we look right together.
Olivia was a first choice for all of us, for Sandy.
So we did the screen test, and it was magic. We worked really well together, and I said, yeah, I'll do it.
John Travolta was cast opposite Olivia as greaser-turned-jock Danny Zuko. Travolta had just come off the successful film Saturday Night Fever. The two stars clicked immediately.
Well, I felt that we connected really well, and he was a sweet man, as he is, and made me feel very comfortable.
Coming up, Olivia causes another commotion.
It seems very tame now, but in the 80s, in the early 80s, it was raunchy. And I got very nervous just before it came out.
And later...
It's devastating because you don't know what it means.
By 1977, Olivia Newton-John had several top 10 singles in the United States. Riding high on her musical success, Olivia was cast as Sandy, an innocent high school student turned vamp in the movie version of Grease.
I loved the idea that I could play the two parts. That was really a challenge.
Olivia took the role seriously, but it was her wardrobe that made an impression on the cast and crew. Co-star Didi Khan.
When Olivia wanted to try on her costume for, you know, sexy Sandy, she called it Sandy too. She did it the night we were filming The Drive-In.
And I went out to show the director the outfit, and I walked out of the trailer and got such a response from the crew, who didn't know who I was.
All the crew and the guys said, "Who the hell is that? Ooh, look at that, hot mama."
And I didn't recognize her. She just looked like this very hot woman, and then I looked closer, and it was, and that was the look we used.
When it came to filming the scene, into a small problem.
Olivia's pants were so tight, and they were so perfect, her shape. It was like, you know, she was poured into them. They put them on, and then they sewed her up.
It wasn't that I couldn't get into them. It was that they were very old, and there's on the side, and the only way for them to stay up, because there's it me in. So, just to say I didn't drink or eat for those 2 days. So I was in there, boy.
On the set, Olivia often looked to her more experienced co-star John Travolta for advice.
I could tell that John and Olivia were getting along really well, and John was sort of taking her under his wing because he had done work and she was sort of new and she was nervous, and he was like a big brother to her on the set.
The one scene where I turn up at the drive-in and the girls throw me forward, and there's my reaction, and then suddenly John went, no, 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 no. And I thought, what is he doing? And he came over to me and he said, I know you can do it better than that. So he blew the take on purpose so that I had another shot, but John saved me, which was really sweet. So he was very helpful to me.
Grease was the word in the summer of 1978. The film became a pop culture phenomenon and grossed $58 million in the first month of release.
When Grease opened, and it was just, I mean, I'd never seen anything like it.
As my career kind of grew, it wasn't a sudden shock to me. It was like I grew up with that since I was 15.
Olivia took stardom in stride. Her older sister, Rona, however, had a more difficult time.
It was sometimes hard for me in the early days because it was always about Olivia. I had a great problem, we're talking 15 years ago, with being so much in the shadow of somebody. And I think that takes a lot of getting used to.
The Grease soundtrack generated 4 top 10 hits, including the #1 song, You're the One That I Want.
If you feel with affection, you're too shy to convey. Meditate my direction. Feel your way. Wow! I better shape up, 'cause you need a man. I need a man who can keep me satisfied. I better shape up if I'm gonna prove. You better prove that my faith is justified. Are you sure? 'Cause I'm sure down deep inside, you're the one that I want. You're the one that I want. Ooh, 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 honey, the one that I want. You're the one I want. Ooh, 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 honey, the one that I want. You're the one I want. Ooh, 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 the one I need. Oh, yes, indeed.
In 1980, Olivia gambled on another musical. Xanadu was released with high expectations, but the film was a box office flop.
I think that I waited quite a long time to do anything else. I think there was a bit of a gap. And again, I think I didn't wait long enough. I think the music was great and the dancing was great, but the script left a lot to be desired with that film, as it often does in musicals.
Although the movie wasn't a hit, the soundtrack was. The song Magic hit #1 on the pop charts. The film also gave Olivia priceless memories.
I got to dance with Gene Kelly, and people love the movie now more, I think, than they did then. And I met Chloe's dad on the set, and so that was a gift. So it was another great experience.
Matt Lattanzi was a backup dancer on Xanadu. 3 months into filming, 22-year-old Matt asked 32-year-old Olivia out on a date, and a romance blossomed. After dating for a year, Matt moved in with Olivia. The relationship gave Olivia the confidence to experiment with her music. The result was a new, edgier Olivia. The single Physical was released in 1981.
And my manager, I think, gave me the song. And I can't remember the whole circumstance of this song. But what I do remember is that I recorded the song, John Farrar produced it, and I knew it was one of those songs. It seems very tame now, but in the 80s, in the early 80s, it was raunchy. And I got very nervous just before it came out. I said to my manager, "You've got to pull it. I don't think I can do this. They're going to hate me, and what are my fans going to think?"
To avoid a backlash, Olivia came up with a quirky plan.
I said, "Look, I think we need to do a video, and we need to make it funny, and we need to play up the physical exercise part of this, you know, to kind of dilute it a little bit." And the video, I think, turned out really great and really funny, and kind of went against what I was singing.
The gimmick worked. Physical vaulted to #1, spending 10 weeks at the top of the charts. While the public embraced the sexier Olivia, some radio stations refused to play the song, including Salt Lake City.
I went to Salt Lake City to do my live concert recording, and I thought no one was going to show up. And they did, and it wasn't a problem at all.
Physical went on to become one of the biggest hits of the decade, selling 2 million copies.
But, you know, it's like every time I've been really afraid of doing something, it's usually a sign.
Coming up.
And it all came tumbling down.
And later.
You just think, cancer, I could die.
In 1982, Olivia Newton-John returned to acting. She re-teamed with her Grease co-star John Travolta on the non-musical Two of a Kind. However, the movie did not live up to expectations.
I think we unfortunately jumped on the idea before the script was really ready, and it was not a very, it just didn't turn out as it should have done, but we had fun anyway.
Despite disappointing numbers at the box office, once again, the soundtrack generated a top 10 hit for Olivia called Twist of Fate.
There is a great tie-in there, and for Olivia, after you've done Grease, I mean, you'd have to be an idiot not to try and, you know, work with that formula again, and I think it's been very successful.
Later that year, Olivia became an entrepreneur with her friend Pat Ferrer. The two women opened a chain of retail stores called Koala Blue, featuring Australian-themed merchandise.
Olivia and I concentrated on the creativity and the publicity and the press and all the fun part.
The company expanded to nearly 30 stores. Meanwhile, Olivia's personal life took a significant step forward. In December 1984, 36-year-old Olivia married 25-year-old Matt Lattanzi in a small ceremony at their home in Malibu. Best friend Nancy Chuda.
They were so much in love in the early years.
In 1985, Olivia released Soul Kiss, her first solo effort in more than 4 years. Album sales were moderate. Olivia then took a break from recording to concentrate on family.
I got pregnant and said, Nancy, hurry up, because we wanted to have our babies at the same time.
We were able to conceive our girls within 2 weeks apart, and we gave birth to our girls within 4 weeks apart.
In January of 1986, Chloe Rose Lattanzi was born. Nancy's daughter Colette was born a few weeks later. Olivia became Colette's godmother.
We would travel everywhere together, and it would be the two couples and the two girls, and they were best friends. And it was kind of ideal. Our lives together were ideal.
After the birth of her daughter, Olivia rearranged her priorities. Friend Jim Chuda.
Olivia didn't perform very much. And she put all her time into help raising Chloe.
You can list all the career things in the world, but nothing compares with having a child.
She was so overjoyed. I think she'd wanted a kid for such a long time.
It was the best thing I ever did.
2 years after Chloe was born, Olivia launched a campaign for environmental awareness.
I believe that our environment is heavily polluted, and we need to do something to protect our children from the pollution and to change the laws and to teach parents how to protect their children.
She seemed to become more involved in the environment as soon as she was a mother as well. I think the whole issue of that became very important to her. She realised she had to do the right thing by her daughter.
In 1990, Olivia was appointed by the United Nations as a special ambassador for the environment. Soon after, Olivia hit hard times. Just 8 years after starting Koala Blue, Olivia and partner Pat Ferrer filed for bankruptcy.
The company grew too fast, really, really fast. Got out of hand, borrowed far too much money, put our own money into it by mistake. Then a recession hit, and it all came tumbling down. We shouldn't have grown as fast as we did. We knew it wasn't our fault. We knew we did everything correctly.
In the spring of 1990, Olivia was hit with more devastating news. Olivia's godchild, Colette Chuda, was diagnosed with a rare form of cancer, Wilms tumor.
And the bubble was burst, and it was incredibly shocking and tragic because she was like my child, and she was Chloe's best friend, and it was devastating for everybody.
And when Colette was diagnosed, it was very shocking. Olivia always believed that Colette would survive her cancer. She was a crusader for that.